Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about What I Need by Jay Daniels. This is a young novel, young generation novel. Jay Daniels is a phenomenal writer. This is her second series. This is book four in the second series, and as again it says it's called What I Need. It's basically take part from book three, which is her brother, which is a continuation. So book three was about Reed and Beth, and now this is about CJ and Riley, and Riley is Reed's sister. So basically, the book started out with Riley and her boyfriend Richard getting into a bad argument because Richard used to work for Reed and Reed fired him because he's a bad worker and he was just messing up everything. And Reed refused to invite him to the wedding. So Richard was upset at Riley, saying that how you gonna choose your brother over me? I am your boyfriend. We've been together for a year and a half. You shouldn't go. Since I can't go, you shouldn't go. So Riley was like, "What? It's my brother. What do you mean not go? It's my brother. I understand that you're upset and all, but I can't choose. And if I do choose, I choose family. He's my brother." So they got into this big blown out argument and he said some hurtful things and Riley was like, "Well, that's it. I guess we're over them." And he just walked away. So anyway, after that, she went on to the wedding, the basically the weekend. The wedding didn't start yet, and she was meeting them for the rehearsal dinner. And she showed up 2 hours late because she was so upset. She was upset at Reed. She was upset at her boyfriend. She was just upset overall. So she was being a full-on B. She was just mad at everything. At our brother, she cursed him out and walked away. So she started getting drunk at the bar, which where she met CJ. Now CJ is a cop. CJ's is a part of the book. Also, you also met him in book three. But CJ's a cop. He works with Ben and Luke, who also have their own books. It's called the Alabama series. It's still a J. Daniels book, but that's besides the point. So now CJ's a cop. He's partnered up with Riley for the wedding. So he noticed Riley, and the minute he noticed her, he's just like, I have to have her. I'm going to have her. Yes, she's Reed's sister. Yes, she's younger than me, but I'm going for it. So basically, they went out. They had drinks together. She got really drunk and they ended up having sex with him. And then the sex was so good that he was like, "Oh no, I'm keeping you, and we're just gonna be together." So this, besides from the sex, they had a good relationship, the whole rapport. So the entire wedding weekend, they were just basically having fun together, getting to know each other. She was happy, she was laughing, she was smiling, things she hasn't done with Richard in a long time. So, long story short, now it's time to go back. The wedding weekend's over. Time to go back to Richard now to pack up her stuff to leave. He's like, "Where you going?" He's like, "I'm leaving." Like, "What do you mean you're leaving? Like, we broke up. We had an argument." "No, we didn't break up. Did I say we were breaking up? Did you say we broke up? Did we both agree on it?" She said, "No, we both didn't agree on it, but I thought we did." So, okay, long story short, she ended up calling CJ and said, "CJ, I'm sorry. I basically cheated on my boyfriend because I thought we are broken up, and he's telling me that we're not breaking up. So I guess we're not breaking up." I'm like, "What?" Anyway, I was like, that didn't seem right. Anyway, CJ was like, "What do you mean we're not gonna be together? We were having a good time this weekend and everything was gonna go good." So she's like, "Yeah, but it didn't work out that way." So she's like, "Oh, we could be friends." So long story short, CJ agreed to be friends with her and everything. So then that was the end of their relationship. So now I'm back with her and Richard. Richard is basically being a dick. He was just like a hot mess. Something was up with him and she couldn't put her finger on it, but she bypassed everything because she's thinking we have history together. It's a year and a half. We'll work it out. Things like that. And I'm like, no, that doesn't just go away that easily. Something is wrong. Anyway, she ended up getting Richard, I'm sorry, Richard ended up getting her tickets to a concert that she always wanted to go to. And then he was like, okay, she's like, "I'm ready to go to the concert. Let's go." He's like, I wasn't going to go to a concert." She's like, "What do you mean we wasn't going to go to concert? We were going to go together. This is our fun time." He's like, "Yeah, I got you the tickets, but I wasn't going to go. You was going to go with your girlfriend." She was upset and offended. She's like, "What?" end up convincing him to go to the concert with her, which he finally did go, but he was like high as a kite and being a jerk as usual. CJ coincidentally was there, being a bouncer, well, not a bouncer, extra security at the time, and he spot her in the crowd. And then she was like, "Wow, he's here." And he was like, "Yes, she's here." So he was very upset because he saw her by herself. He's like, "Did he make you come to this concert by yourself with these people?" And then she was like, "No, he's over there getting drinks, and he'll be right back." So when Richard finally came back and CJ saw him, CJ looked at him. He's like, "You, something's wrong with him." So he looked bizarre, and then he was acting funny. CJ found out that he guessed that he's done something. So he's like, "No, I'm not on nothing. What you doing next to my girl? And what you doing here?" And he's like, "No." So see, they finally, Richard finally convinced Riley to leave. So they left, and CJ followed them outside because he said, "No, I'm not gonna let her go with this guy. He's drunk, and it's too much going on." This dude, in his drunken state, he is attacked CJ and stabbed him. A mess. So anyway, he stabbed CJ, and then CJ ended up in the hospital, and they caught him. So I guess now Riley and him are officially broken up. She's like, "I don't want to be with him. He's on drugs. He's on this, and I don't want to do it." So end up now CJ is on 5 month leave because of his injury. He needs therapy because he injured an artery, and they have to go back to physical therapy and everything. He also needed an in and home nurse. So because Riley is trained to be a nurse, he basically manipulated Riley into being his nurse, his live-in nurse, since she really has nowhere to go now, and end up being with him for a few months so that he could still get her and be better. So while the process, he was like faking his, he started getting better. They went to therapy and everything, and he was pushing himself because he didn't really want to be in the bed for 5 months. So he ended up pushing himself, doing good. So within 2 months, he was actually in full recovery stage, and he was doing very good. So I was like, okay, good. But Riley didn't know that. He was hiding it from her. So, because he didn't want her to leave, he knew that if she knows that he's better, she will leave and go live with her parents and not with him. So he ended up faking his still faking his injury as if he's sick and everything. So coincidentally, Riley found out that he's still not sick. She had class, and the class was canceled due to something, and she went found out where he was at, and she saw him, and she's like, "He's not wearing his boots. He's not he's not limping. He's moving just fine. He's bending just fine." So she's like, "Wait, is he better?" So she left without him knowing, and then after she left, he basically came home 2 hours later, and then she was like, "Oh, are you feeling better?" He said, "Not really, why?" She's like, "Because I saw you today." He's like, "What do you mean you saw me? Were you spying on me?" And then he's like, "No, I saw you together. You were better. You were playing, you were bending, you were laughing, everything." And then he was like, "Well, yeah, I didn't want to admit it, but I'm finally better. But if I knew that I told you that I was better, you would leave. You lied." And she was so upset because he lied and everything. She's like, "No, you hurt me. I don't understand what's going on. Why would you do that to me? Richard lied to me. Now you're lying to me. I was supposed to trust you and everything." So she was basically upset because they were still in a relationship, being his nurse, and he lied to her. So she thought he was manipulating her just like how Richard did. So she was upset, and they broke up. So in the same time, she was scared about the relationship. So everybody knew about the relationship except Reed. So all the friends knew and Reed didn't know. So she didn't want Reed to know. So while she left, CJ now went to Reed and confessed his feelings for her and that what was going on, and he wants to find her and make amends. So anyway, Reed was upset. Reed basically is like, "What do you mean you were dating my sister? You doing this behind my back, and I don't understand what's going on." It's like, "I'm sorry, but I love your sister and I want to be with her, but she didn't want to tell you." So he was like, "Okay, I guess you really do love her if you come to me and you want to confess." So long story short, Reed was okay with it, and then CJ was like, "Okay, I understand what you mean, but you get one hit." So Reed ended up hitting him for everything, and then Reed did his basic threat, and it's my sister. If you hurt her, I'ma hurt you. Yada yada yada. Anyway, Reed Reed basically now So now Reed called his sister and say, "Oh, I know you and CJ are together, and I wish you best of luck. He's a good guy and everything, and I hope you all wish you all the best." And then all after that, now after it's all said and done, CJ and Riley finally made up, and they had a good relationship together. And he basically told her the truth. He's like, "I'm thinking of marriage, but I know it's still young, but I just want you to know the future." And that's basically the entire book in a nutshell. You guys see, Jay Daniels is an awesome writer. Please check it out. Her writing, she's very funny in her books. She's very informative. Her books are very sexy, very raunchy at times, but I love it. If you guys like it, just check it out and let me know. I'll have a picture of the book at the end of my video. Alright guys, see ya. Bye.